We've all been there. Your heart is pounding, the chart is ripping, and we just want to get into action right here, right now. What a morning we had on the Discord market overview. What a beautiful morning. The market is ripping. Of course, it's very volatile. Today, we're going to talk about a patient, why patient is so much when you're trading. Don't jump trying to chase a position and win. A lot of us is only trying to watch the market reserve a few moments later and wiping out the gains of a whole a month, a week, or days. So be very, very, very patient while you're doing it. Especially today, we have Chairman Paul's speech coming out today. We already see the market has started to be very volatile, and we covered this in these positions today. And of course, we're gonna keep talking about it in Discord group. You have to have a lot of patience for one trade. Is not just a one bad day. It's a cycle of emotions. Got called that was draining the account, completely destroyed his confidence. Thoughts. Basically, a lot of us think about speed, and the speed is the key. That is. It's not really it. You have to be extremely, extremely patient. What about if I'm going to discover the real secret of consistent profits, doing their thing while being avoided the call it rapid trading. They slowing down. Today we're gonna follow the journey of call it impulsive losses and disciplined success. They revealed a mindset that they shift everything in order for you to be successful. So let's call this specific trader Alex first. So when Alex first started trading, he was completely addicted. He was completely to the endorphin and the rush and the action sensation. He's look at the market and he saw the gold rush, an endless stream of immediate opportunity. Every tick of his price was a significant one. Every flick of green, he told himself go, 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 and everything flushed down to the toilet when he's of course getting into position, completely panicked. His trading day was just blurred out of caffeine and adrenaline. He was scalped a few pennies here and there, chasing breakdowns always. Johnson for a quick instant gratification. So he wasn't a trader. He was basically a machine gunner, just spraying call it for the right trade to get into the setup, and basically he's gonna hit some profit. More often than not, he missed. His trading journal call it was very dedicated, of course, until you see the right opportunity. He wrote it like a novel, and the entry that he had, it was a FOMO. He saw the position, the breakdown. He got stopped immediately, felt the momentum shift, and bailed too early, and it reached the real move. One day, particular in one specific day, was the final straw. The market was choppy, like today, sidewaysness and offering zero clean direction. But this Alice couldn't stand boredom. He's saw one small surge of instant conviction for himself. He told himself, okay, the market is rally, it's a rally monster like we have this morning. He completely ignored all the trading plan, and particular scream himself during the actual trading season. He saw a little bit low volume, range bound days. He went for all in. For a few generous seconds, the price ticked up. Was soared. He could taste the taste of victory. Then instantly the floor fell out. Price collapsed. Basically slumped to the bottom. But the damage was done. A huge chunk of his account was completely vanished in less than 5 minutes, which happened to all of us. So he just started to stare at the screen, frustrated. One heavy nut, the adrenaline was gone, replaced by a cold, heavy dread of pit of his stomach. It wasn't about the money. It was about crushing realization that he was his own worst enemy, as we talked about many times before. Told himself the market basically is a device to transferring money from impatient to the patient. So we have to do something about it. He was He was the patient for several days or several weeks, but at the end of the day, he learned the lesson. This specific story about Alex is happening to all of us. A lot of us trying to chase a position, a lot of us not being patient, especially today. We gave up the full market overview in the Discord group. Of course, as I'm saying all the time, the Discord group is completely free for you to enjoy. There's a live trading signals over there that we should be we're open for the last 3 weeks for all of our community. To help the community, of course. It has been very volatile market. Grabbing back to Alex, in this moment he had a moment of clarity, shut on the computer and walked away for a full week. I mean, this is a whole week of a pounding. He wasn't looking at a single chart. Instead, he dived into the books of trading psychology, studied his habits of a trader, basically how to make himself a profitable trader, and has discovered there is basically one of the features of successful trading is building call it a long-term plan. Success wasn't building a lightning fast reflex, but almost a ridiculous level of patience and discipline. They weren't the machine gunners, they were snipers, calmly waiting for the perfect shot. Through deep dive, Alex basically figured three secrets. They completely reshape his approach to the market. They weren't a complete strategy of some magic indicator. They were simply a powerful psychological shift that allowed him to finally to get out of his own way. And today I'll share 3 secrets learned from Alex. Took him for basically bleeding his money to being wealth, educating himself, and basically this Alex is a group member. I don't want to point his specific name, but it's really an example of how you shift your way when you actually understand where you're at and what can happen and how you want to better yourself through also psychology of trading. So first thing Alex learned is that our brain are frankly not to build for trading. Okay, for thousands of years of survival depends on instant emotion reaction. You see a tiger, let's say, run. You see a berry eats. This is call it your caveman brain in the amygdala, and it's charge of fear, excitement, and impulse. In trading, this part of the brain is getting triggered all day long. There's jolt of panic when the trade trends against you. The greedy urge to chase price skyrocketing, which happened to all of us. So your caveman brain is taking the wheel when push comes to shove. Successful traders learn to operate on their own prefrontal cortex. The part of the brain that handles logic, planning, and self-control. Patience is a muscle that straights the connection. It creates crucial buffer between emotional impulses and trading action. Instead of reacting, you learn to respond. So how do you actually do this? So what we learned from Alex this last 3 weeks, and he shares on the group, that Alex started practicing mindfulness before every trading session. He spent just 5 minutes focused on his brain. His simple meditation helped him to stay centered in a lower stress. Basically, put his level stress on the low. He also created a rock solid trading plan with a crystal clear rules for entry, exit, and risk. The plan becomes a logic center. If a trade setup didn't meet every single one of his rules, he simply didn't take the trade. Non-negotiable with his emotions. Basically being with very disciplined approach helped him to detach from his feeling and his decisions, letting his rational brain stay in control. Another thing that we will learn from Alex is secret sauce is the power of doing less. Basically, impatient trader, they need to be busy all the time. Okay, the more trades basically equals more profit, and the reality is almost always is the exact opposite. Over trading just wrecks commission costs, fries your brain, and force you to take a busy setup out of boarding over FOMO. Alex realized that the profitable trading isn't about constant action, it's about waiting for the right action. It completely changes philosophy from a machine gunner to a sniper. A sniper can lay still for hours, even days, just observing, waiting for the specific, perfect, high probability shot. They don't waste ammo on the maybes. They wait for sure things. In trading, call it this in trading, this means waiting for what calls A plus setup, a trade that aligns perfectly with your strategy, the market condition, and your risk rules. To make this happen, Alex made two huge changes. First, he's cut his position size way down. When you do too much, risking too much money in line, the entry price feels like a life or death emergency, with just 20 your emotions up 11. By buying a smaller, called trading smaller, he found that he's had a healthy of indifference so towards any single trade. He could watch a trade unfold without a gut-wrenching anxiety, which allowed him to hold and he let his strategy actually work. Second, he started using limit orders for his entries and exits instead of frantically chasing a position or price or with a market order. He identified that his ideal entry price set in an order just get filled out over there. That simple act forced patience and discipline into his process. He was no longer chasing the market, he was letting the markets come to him. Another thing that we learned from Alex is basically the focus of the process and not the P&L, right? A lot of the final most powerful secret is basically the shift of the focus. Like most struggling traders, Alex was obsessed with his outcome. His eyes was glued to his P&L. Basically all day long. A green P&L made you feel like a genius, and he got greedy. A red one made him anxious and fearful. His emotion state was basically on a leash held by his floating profits, leading to an awful decision like cutting winners way too early and letting the loser run too long. The solution was to completely ignore outcome and focus obsessively on the process. He realized he couldn't control the weather. It's in a single trade, won or loss. It's about basically that's what's up to the market. The only thing he could control it was his own behavior, his analysis, his anxious, his actions, and his discipline. So basically, to force himself to do this, Alex physically hide his P&L during his trading days. Literally realized that trading platform windows, so the numbers were visible. This one change was a complete game changer for him. Without the constant emotion roller coaster on his P&L, he was free of managing the trade based on his plan and the price action alone. He was held by he held his winners until they hit the logical target and cut their losses in the second they hit the predefined losses. He also started journaling, trading, grading for him in his process, not his profit. Basically, he didn't just waiting for the A plus setup. Was entry clean? Did he stick to his stop loss? Did the trade follow his plan perfectly with result of smaller loss and wins of A trade plus? Basically, A trade is they broke all the rules, but got lucky with a profit. Wasn't a failed trade. This shift helped him build the real confidence on his strategy, knowing that the consistent disciplined execution will be the only path for him for long-term probability. And as Alex consistently applied these three secrets, sometimes incredible things, something incredible happened. Basically, the frantic, anxious trader replaced with a calm, methodologic operator. His trading days were no longer emotional roller coaster. In fact, most of the time, They were pretty boring, felt like a long stretch, just watching and waiting. But the account balance told a different story. The chaotic swings and sharp noise that this was gone, replaced with a slow, steady, and upward climb. Let's compare that. Let's compare this disaster trade day we had before. In one recent day, the market was showing signals of potential reversal after a long downtrend. So the old Alex would basically jump and said, "This is very first hint of green." But Alex waited. He watched the market from a clear bottom pattern over several hours. He's waiting for the price to basically break above resistance level. Then he waited again to pull back and successfully retest the level with a new support. Only when every single one of these rules checked and he did basically enter a position, he placed his stop loss in a logical spot below the support and or the mempool, and he set up his profit target and he entered the next major resistance area, and then he trusted his plan. He did his he didn't just sit there glow at the screen. Over the next 2 hours, the trade played out almost exactly as he anticipated. He ignored minor dips along the way because he wasn't watching his P&L. He was trusting his process. The price was eventually hit the target, banking a significant clean profit. It wasn't just it was the win born not from a speed adrenaline, but from deliberate, calculated patient. Alex's journey from impulsive gamer to a patient trader wasn't easy, but it was absolutely worth it. This is why I'm telling the story today, requiring for to unlearn a tone of a base call it bad habits. Essentially rewiring his brain for a long-term perspective. The 3 secrets that change everything for him were timing his inner caveman with mindfulness and a strict plan, becoming a patient sniper who only waits to A+ setup, and focusing on a perfect process of fluctuating PLA. And this aren't just tips, they are basically bedrock for trading success. Developing patience that allows you manage your emotion, makes a clean head decision, and actually gives you the strategy, time to work. It must call it underrated. It is the most underrated super part of the traders arsenal. So if I've changed or challenged you I'm gonna let you challenge yourself next week. Try to put in one of those 3 secrets in practice. Maybe it's a hit in your P&L. Maybe it's just making a vow to only take a trade that meets every single one of your rules. If the story hits home for you, let me know in the comments what is your biggest struggle or patient on your own trading, sharing your experience and how you got better. And if you find this helpful, be sure to hit the bottom and subscribe for more context trading on psychology and trading. Remember, it's in the market, the race isn't won by a swift, it wins by a patient and trade well. I'm gonna see you in the next view. Thank you for watching.